going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video. This year has been crazy for racing games. Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, Kirby Air Riders being probably the highlights and people argue about constantly. Oh, and of course, Garfield Racing. Yeah, we gotta remember that game exists. Haha, that's probably the best of all of them, not really. But we are gonna be talking about a racing game that has been sort of left in the past. Maybe we'll age poorly by the time it's recording, but who knows? We're going to be talking about Diddy Kong Racing. I've been wanting to make a video on this game for a very long time. And why has it taken me a long time to talk about this game? I don't know, but today we're finally going to be talking about Diddy Kong Racing. Is it worthy of a kart racing game? Time to find out. Alright, so let's talk about my history with this game. See, the thing is for me at least, how I got into Diddy Kong Racing. So, the thing is, I actually like I said, I probably said it several times, that I didn't really grow up with many Nintendo 64 games. The only one I played as a kid was Mario Kart 64. And, well, I definitely struggled with it, because thanks to Toad's Turnpike. But, yeah, I remember playing that game a lot. While I don't love it, obviously, more than most Mario Kart games, I think it's a childhood kind of nostalgic game for me that I go back to every once in a while. It's just something charming about the game. It's just always, like, you have to work through the controls, and yeah, it's not easy to control because it's an obvious old game. But yeah, I just never really grew up with the Nintendo 64 games as much as most people do. I'm not that old, I'm telling you. But I got to play most of them thanks to the Wii U Virtual Console. You know, Donkey Kong 64, Super Mario 64, the Mario Party games on N64, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Kirby 64, the list goes on. But there's always the dev teams that are definitely some of the highlights of Nintendo 64. Rareware. Rareware makes, of course, the Donkey Kong Country trilogy, which I adore, Donkey Kong 64, Banjo-Kazooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day, and of course another one, Diddy Kong Racing. That's right, Diddy Kong got his own game before Luigi. Guess who's the better sidekick now, huh? I'm joking, they're both awesome. But, yeah, we're gonna talk about Diddy Kong's one, technically two, we'll talk about later, only game, actually. So here we go. Excuse me. Alright, let's talk about the plot of the game, I guess. So, Diddy Kong gets a letter, that reads, "Dear Diddy, help," from a message from his old friend, Timber. Yeah, you're probably wondering who the heck is Timber. We'll talk about that later. And basically, Diddy Kong has to stop the whole island from the evil Whispig, and also go on multiple worlds and adventures and worlds, yeah, you know what I mean. And try to get as many balloons, basically. So yeah, that's basically the plot of the game. And the adventure mode in this game, a racing game having adventure mode is always really cool, honestly. And it's not, and also, like, there's a reason why some people label this as one of the best kart racing games of all time. Well, you also got Crash Team Racing Nitro Field, but that's debatable. I don't blame anyone for having that as their favorite, but we don't put two goats against each other here. So yeah. So yeah, the gameplay of this game is basically a standard kart racing game that you play. If you play a kart racer, you know what you're doing. But this is an interesting take of a kart racing game where you have three different vehicles to control. You have the normal kart, which works well on land, and then you have an airplane, which works well in the sky, and then you have a hovercraft, which works well in the water. So there's definitely a lot of replayability with using different vehicles for the tracks, honestly, which I think is a pretty cool idea to make this stand out from other racing games, honestly. And I really like that, honestly, like playing different vehicles to find some more balloons, find some more secrets, because you need balloons to make some progress during the game. So yeah. Alright, let's talk about the character roster. There are 10 characters in this game, and each one plays, like, you know, heavy, a middle, and then a, you know, light character, sort of like, you know, like a lot of racing games do. You have a lot of characters I can list. We got Crunch, which is a crocodile. This is the Kremling. This is Diddy Kong's version of a Kremling, I guess. And then we have of course, Diddy Kong himself, Bumper, Banjo, and Conker, which were their first debut, which they first appeared here before getting their own games, Banjo-Kazooie and Conker's Bad Fur Day, Tip Tub, I almost said that, Pipsy, and Timber. So yeah, and then of course you have some unlockable characters being Drumstick and then TT. Like, you're probably wondering, like, what the hell are these characters? I know. Rare was... This is the N64 we're talking about here. There's a lot of wacky characters into this game, and it's still... That just makes the charm of it, in my opinion. Just how silly and charming this game feels, honestly. And that goes for the soundtrack of this game, which can be described as charming and whimsical. And makes you really happy. That's how I view the soundtrack. It's generally one of the most charming soundtracks a lot. I've always heard online that they're overused or whatever in like montages or something like that, and I guess they're not really wrong about that. But yeah, the soundtrack's really good, so I can't really blame them, honestly. You go through different amounts of worlds basically into this, like different track locations. Like you got the Jungle Falls, the regular what we're used to in the Donkey Kong series. You got the snow area, of course, and then, which is really cool. You have the water location being the Sherbet Island. And, of course, you have the, Dragon Forest, which is, like, you know, a lot of stuff. And then, of course, the villain of this game, Whispig. Now, I didn't mention Whispig in my Donkey Kong villains video, because I kind of wanted to save Whispig for this video specifically when I finally talked about Diddy Kong Racing, and I know this, well, it's debatable to compare this to other Donkey Kong games that actually feel like platforming, because I'm comparing a platformer to a racing game, but yeah, Whispig is like I don't blame anyone for saying he's the second good villain of this series. It depends, like, I tried to, like, if we could count Diddy Kong Racing to the Donkey Kong series of games, this would be the second best villain, basically. Boy Kong is still awesome, though, but I don't know, that's just how it is. So, yeah. But it's honestly debatable to count Whispig, considering at the time King K. Rool was still around, so, yeah. Alright, so, yeah, the tracks are really cool to explore. Well, albeit, some are basic designs, like regular circles, but they still have some neat shortcuts you can take to get some balloons and explore and, you know, collect at your own pace. And that's just what makes this game so charming, in my opinion. Like, it's seriously one of the best games on the Nintendo 64. And I know a lot of people compare this game to Mario Kart 64. And I can confirm right now, yes, this game is 10 times better than Mario Kart 64. So, yes. I know Mario Kart 64 has Donkey Kong, so you can make that an argument. You can make an argument with that, but Diddy Kong Racing just feels like it's an adventure game, and it's just a lot of charm put into it, and like the music, it's just really good, honestly. And it sucks that due to obvious licensing reasons, that Nintendo only barely mentions this game, honestly. So yeah, probably due to like some characters, especially Banjo and Conker with the rights and all, which is why we haven't seen the light of day with Diddy Kong Racing, unless it's ages poorly. Like, yeah, but I don't know. If I would ask for a sequel for a game, Diddy Kong Racing 2 would be the sequel of my choice. It would be so awesome, honestly. Like, that would be the next racing game I would beg for. Considering the amount of racing games we've gotten already, I want Diddy Kong to be the next one they get. Maybe I'll also bring back F-Zero too. Why not? So, yeah. Alright. So yeah, Diddy Kong, as you can tell with my praising of the game, yeah, Diddy Kong Racing is a very special Rareware game, honestly. And it's just that charming of a game that a lot of people deserve to play, honestly. So yeah. Now, there is a DS port of this, or DS remake of this game, which haven't played in ages, and from what I've known I played, it has bullshit touchscreen controls. So, not the greatest, honestly. Not the best touchscreen controls, from what I've heard, considering that's the whole point of the DS. It just handles not the greatest. And, it replaced some characters like Banjo and Conker for obvious reasons. So now they added Dixie Kong and Tiny Kong, which I think this was the game that introduced the Tiny Kong redesign. So, yeah, I honestly don't mind the redesign. This is the Tiny Kong I grew up with because I played Mario Super Sluggers and also had this Tiny Kong design. So personally, I don't have an issue with it. They probably wanted to, you know, make her distant, you know, stand out from Dixie Kong, which I guess that's fair, but I don't know. I'm fine with either version of Diddy Kong, really. So yeah, I don't hate one in particular. So yeah. Okay. Oh my god. All right. Diddy Kong Racing, baby. Now there has been. I guess I'll go also talk about. Since we're on the topic of Diddy Kong, of course, I guess I'll also talk about a canceled Diddy Kong pilot that was supposed to be happening, which got canceled, of course, due to rareware stuff, probably, which got repurposed into Banjo pilots. So yeah, kind of sucks with a lot of DK's related stuff has been canceled. Um, because of rareware buyout and stuff, which I know has been a talking point. And then there's another Diddy Kong Racing sequel canceled, which was called Diddy Kong Racing Adventure, which of course was gonna be on the GameCube, but due to rare buyouts, yeah, it didn't happen. We did see a little bit of footage of how it would look like using different, probably, I'm assuming it would be more worlds to explore and different ammo buddies involved, because even Rambi was involved, but, yeah, and also, like, the return of most characters, of course. So, yeah. Hell, even apparently Lanky Kong was gonna be in this. Now I'm pissed. So yeah, that's the history of Diddy Kong Racing, and yeah, why I like it so much. Overall, though, yeah, Diddy Kong Racing is a charming racing game and one of the most charming games on the Nintendo 64. If you haven't played Diddy Kong Racing yet, you should definitely give it a try. I'm not sure if this game is on NSO at the time of this recording, but if not, I guess we gotta do the method that I can't say because Nintendo will take down this video. Hopefully not. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time for another video, another Donkey Kong video. What are your thoughts on Diddy Kong Racing? Let me know in the comments below. Later, folks. I know this video's been mostly about Diddy Kong, but I guess I should mention also the canceled Donkey Kong Racing game that we could have gotten on the GameCube. Man, that would have gone hard.